Okay, we are going to animate a water faucet with Photoshop frames. So a student sent me this. He sent me this file with these tiles, right? So there's like 8 positions for the water and 3 positions for the water spout. All right, and I'm not a game animation expert, but I went over to Graphic River and then they have a game section. You can kind of see, like, if you want to animate a treasure chest opening and closing, you can buy these kind of animations for $5. I'm sure you can get them all over, but kind of cool to get it to work in Photoshop. So let's see how I did it. All right, so I have the frame animations. The hardest part was kind of positioning the water in the spout and figuring out the canvas size. So let's go for it. Let's check out the dimensions of the tap. All right, so it's a PNG 619 by 598. All right, so we can open this in Photoshop. Control click, open with Photoshop, and file, save as on the desktop. Maybe call it water faucet. And save it on the desktop as a PSD. Okay. All right, so we need room for that water, right? So we got to go to image and then canvas size. And I found about 1200 worked good for me, so maybe make sure that relative box is checked to get 1200 by 1200 pixels. And then Command 0. Okay, so there's our faucet, and then you need to bring in the water flowing, or the water tiles. So click and shift click and drag them in to my Photoshop file, and it puts you in the free transform mode, so you have to click through this 7 times to accept all the image places. All right, and then I got my rulers displayed, but if you don't, go to view rulers, and then you can drag out a guide to the middle of the water spout of the bottom, and then from the top, like a little bit inside, to make it look like the water's coming out of the spout. And then it's just realigning back to the move tool. So let's see, I can click on number 8. You just want to make sure you get that snap at the top. 7. Get the snap. 6. 5. 4. And 3. 2. The widths of these vary, but I think the length is the same. All right, so you could zoom in a little closer, spacebar command, and then you make your frame animation. So I'm not going to animate the water spout this time, but I'm going to do create frame animation, and then let's see here. I'm going to move layer 1 to the top, so it's on top of so the water's kind of coming out below the faucet. And then turn all the eyeballs off except for that 8, and go through and animate it with frames. So here's the first frame. Maybe make it like 0.2 seconds. Hit the plus button for a new frame. Eyeball off to 7. Hit plus. Eyeball off to 6. Hit plus. Eyeball off 6. Go to 5. And another frame. Down to 4. And another frame. Down to 3. Another frame. To 2. Another frame. And to 1. So, all right, hit the play button to check it out. Looks like I misaligned them a little, but just be careful when moving them. Probably zoom in, and then once you get it how you like it, do File, Export, and Save for Web Legacy. And looks like my canvas, I made my canvas too big, so maybe I should fix that here. Okay, I just want to tighten up here the canvas before I export, so I'm going to do Image, Canvas Size, and then I want to have -619 and -598 to get to 1200 by 1200. Alright, and then it looks pretty tight, so you could trim it a little more, but I think that's good. I'm gonna File, Export as, Save for Web Legacy, sorry, and 1200 by 1200, save, desktop, water faucet GIF, and drag it onto a browser. Command Z. Oh, drag it onto a browser. Yeah, one of them's a little off, but oh well. You get the idea. Have fun with it, and hope you learned something.